Hi, good morning. My name is Anna. I'm the host of Creative Morning Berlin. Today we are at CC Berlin and the speaker is Dani Maiz. He's an illustrator and I hope you like the talk.
Welcome. I'm going to thanks also to everyone first. I would like to say thank you to Anna and to the Creative Mornings team for inviting me and for organizing this event, to CC Berlin for hosting us, to the sponsors for making this event also possible, and to all of you for your interest and for being here. Good, let's go. As Anna says, I'm an illustrator. My name is Dani Maiz, and I have been an illustrator for almost 20 years, and working mostly for advertising and editorial, magazines, newspapers. Sometimes I do some other stuff too, but my big things are in these markets. I always say illustrator, but honestly I prefer this term, graphic communicator, because at the end mainly what I do is to communicate ideas, concepts and narratives through images. So I get an information and then I have to communicate visually with some specific indications. This is a briefing. I think all of us know what is a briefing, but I would like to tell the exactly definition of it, and says a set of words intended to instruct or inform thoroughly, especially in preparation for a task. So this is a briefing. When I get the information, I have this paper on my front of me, and I have to be kind of an alchemist and transform this set of words in a single image. This is a big challenge, and I have always the same question: where should I start? I don't know. Good. Before I start explaining my work methodology, I would like to show the difference between the communication with word and communication with images. The word is enabled to detail and precise communication, explain complex ideas, emotions, and abstract concepts in a clearer way, and often depends on the context and mutual understanding of the interlocutors. I mean, if two people they speak a different language, it's difficult to get to the same point or to have a communication. And with the image, it conveys feelings, ideas, or stories immediately. Harnesses of visual power to generate a quick emotional connection, and it's universal and can overcome language barriers. So it's the most fastest way to communicate something powerful. This is a little bit in a short way to say word accuracy and image immediately universal feelings. This is important because later in the process, in this methodology, in the process, we will change in one moment and we will see the characteristics of each one. Good, methodology. This is the big thing. In this transition to work to image, let's call a process of conceptualization, creativity and inspiration is essential. And this creativity and this inspiration doesn't come immediately or in a divine way. So we have to start somewhere, and working with this methodology that I will show all of you makes to have ideas and a structured way to work, and to make faster development of the images. Before we start with the methodology, I would like to explain that normally before I start working, I have kind of a professional, I call like this, principles and precepts that I like to remember. Yeah, this is my personal way to approach to the task, and I try to keep always present during the process of my work. These principles are precepts at some points, and I'm going to explain now fast which are these points. The first one say, what is the message to we communicate? This I have to keep all the time in mind, because sometimes we go through the tree and I lost a little bit the original idea. Yeah? What is the message that I have to be communicated? I have to have all the time on my mind. Then one special thing is to give to the viewer different elements that he will connect in seconds. And this is a satisfaction feeling. Later I'm going to explain better. Simplicity, so distilling the idea and the drawing until the sense is obtained. Humor, where it's possible, sometimes it's not possible. We will see later too. And doing the job with love and passion, so having fun at the end, yeah? This is really important, because sometimes, if you are not happy with what are you doing, you have to try to find a way to enjoy and to, this for me is often running. Good. So, let's start with, I will show some examples, and with these examples you will see clear what is the methodology. So I get a briefing from El Correo. El Correo is a newspaper from Spain, and the title of the article was How to Take Probiotics, now even in chewing gum. So first of all, I read the article, I analyze the article, and I try to find what are the 3 keywords that synthesize or summarize all the article, yeah? Which are the most important words on this text. And in this case was probiotics, chewing gum, and nutrition. With these 3 keywords, I'm doing this kind of diagram, and I put like this: probiotics, chewing gum, nutrition. The next step is to find 3 new related or connected words, and I'm calling them derivative words. I don't know if it's correct in English, I was translating from Spanish, but there are words connected or related to these first 3 keywords that I choose. Often I have keywords that I'm not sure what is the meaning. In this case, probiotics, I hear, but I'm not sure what is probiotics. So I'm searching in internet, go to Google or wherever, or dictionary. And probiotics, in this case, the definition was microorganism that is consumed and that helps to keep the intestinal flora balanced. So, of course, the first 3 derivative words from probiotics was microorganisms, balance, and intestinal flora. Easy. Then with chewing gum, I choose this one, chew, to chew, the verb soft, and childhood. I don't know why I connect chewing gum with childhood. And then with nutrition, I choose food, health, and digestion. Until here, we play with words. It was kind of easy. And now is this, I make this kind of transformation from words to images. And what I'm doing is to take these 3 derivative words and draw a small icon in the most simple way and in a universal way too, that everyone could understand just with this picture the meaning of the word. Yeah. So these are the icons. This is the next step. As you see, I work like in layers. And yeah, the first one was microorganisms, balance, and intestinal flora is not really, but is this organ represented. So yeah, cool run. Everyone could connect the word with the graphic. With the second one, chew, this is kind of difficult, but emoticons are always helpful. The second one, soft, and childhood was also not easy, but yeah, I was doing children there. And the last one, food, plate of soup. I don't know, I could choose an apple, but often it's like, okay, this is nicer or not. Maybe you take a decision, you draw this icon, and later you can change. In my case, I choose this one. I don't know why. I think it was running. Then health and digestion. Digestion was not so easy too, but yeah, I make this kind of process when the food is in the stomach. We check the time. Good. Now I have this diagram. I was already playing with words, playing with icons, so I was doing this transformation. And in this moment, I could associate these ideas and make already an illustration from the article. But yeah, it will be literal illustration. Yeah, I don't know. In my opinion, we could go deeper and make an extraordinary illustration, something more that is communicating better the message that we want to communicate. And for this came the next step, and this is the step that I'm going to explain now. And this step, I have to say, for me is the most funny one. I get more fun with this part. This step is also connected with, or closely linked to my childhood. In Spain, in the early 90s, was the Spanish ones, maybe you will know this TV program or TV show. Was a comedy show on the TV, and the name was No te rías que es peor, it's Don't Laugh, it's worse, something like this. And yeah, basically was a humor program. But in one of the tests that they have to do, this contestant, they choose an object. In this case was a cava or champagne bottle, and they have to say 3 different uses for this object. So no, it's not really a bottle of cava, it's 3 new things. Then this the guy that is in the middle was the comedian. The comedian was not there, so was not listening. Was coming later to the stage, and then he has to do the same exercise. And when was matching with one of the ones that they say before, was 1 point for one of the contests. Is clear? Okay, and here you can see the woman was saying these ones, the guy was saying these ones. I go to translate. The woman say like a bowling. So you put many bottles, you can do bowling with them. She say also juggling. Juggling is malabares, yeah. And like water bag when you are ill and you put water bag on the bed. So you make warm the cover and then you have the water bag. And the guy say a spotting scope, this thing to check. Sometimes they were random things, but yeah, I mean, why not? To sending messages, message in a bottle, easy. And then the last one was it's like yeah, you put the bottle somewhere and you can with the stones and to throw it. And this TV show at the end, what they were doing in this with this exercise was to find a metaphoric representations of an object. Yeah. This is to making a comparison between two things that are not otherwise related. Yeah. This today we know maybe like a lateral thinking, that means to produce ideas that are outside the usual logical thinking pattern. So with this metaphoric representations concept, I will make possible one of my principles are percepts that I showed before. One is to give the viewer like different elements that they will connect in seconds, this satisfaction feeling. And maybe two, if I use the humor, yeah, like they were doing in this program, in TV program. So going back to this diagram, we have the words, we have the icons. I start making ideas, associations, and I choose this intestinal flora because I found, I don't know, interesting, and I start playing with this. So this thing could be like a Formula One circuit where, thanks to probiotics, everything runs fast and efficiently. Or connecting with childhood and chewing gum. I came immediately to me these kind of machines when we were kids, that you put the coin, you take the chewing gum, and connecting again with this intestinal flora icon, I get this. So this is the last illustration. Yeah, and at the end, yeah, I think it represents what the message want to say. With humor, maybe too. Good. Another example, also for El Correo, was the title was "The Sneakers Boom: From the Workplace to Events, the Comfort Trend." It was talking about I'm not explaining the article, but yeah, I mean, I think the title is already saying more or less, yeah. The sneakers, they are fully integrated into our way of dressing, not only in casual, also in work, in events, even in the marriage. Some couples, they get married with the sneakers. So I read the article, I choose the words sneakers, luxury, and place, because luxury was connected in one part of the article. They talk about that they make once an auction and they get 25 million for 200 pairs of one sneaker model. So this, I was connecting immediately with luxury and this kind of concept. And place, yeah, they talk about work, events, marriage, so in different places. The keywords were here, and then I make these derivative words for sneakers: food, obviously, comfort, and cool. With luxury, shiny, high status and elegant. And with the place, yeah, they talk about this marriage and meetings and whatever. So I came to me like restaurant, office, or marriage. Yeah. And the icons that I made, yeah, easy food, comfort. I made this kind of Cecil sofa. Cool. I get again the emoticon. Then shiny, this kind of stars. Make the face of sun. High status, I make this, what's the name in English? Pajarita. Mm-hmm. And elegant, yeah, this was not so easy. I made this kind of steps, VIP and diamond. Sometimes the icons are not running so nice, but yeah, we try to make this exercise to get in the flow, yeah. And restaurant, easy, one plate with things, and marriage, 2 rings, and office, a guy working in there, or a girl working in a workplace. For me, reading this article and working on it came immediately to my mind the Spanish expression "hasta en la sopa," because it's all the time talking about the sneakers this, sneakers that. And for me was "hasta la sopa," the literal, or the translation in English would be that they are, or that we see them everywhere. Or even in the soup, you have sneakers, yeah. It's a Spanish newspaper. It would be I don't know, a newspaper from New York. I would not connect it with this expression, but yeah, it came immediately to my mind. Oh, hasta la sopa, everywhere the sneakers. So I was like, okay, plate. I take the plate and I put the sneakers inside, and then to give some luxury or like elegant or shiny effect, I made this kind of. What is the name? Wait a second. Lid, yeah, like this metal lid. It's when the waiter came to give you the food with this lid, it looks like elegant and nice, and that is what is there. I get this kind of concept. I put this kind of texture there, like a luxurious thing. And if we add an elegant waiter, yeah. I get at the end to this point. Animated a little bit. Good. Let's go to the third example again for El Correo. These conceptual illustrations I do often with this newspaper. The article was, "How long do I have to maintain my children?" This was crazy because I didn't know. I learned something, and was that in Spain is one of the few countries where parents they have to support their children after the adulthood, 18 years old, if they have no income. So it's a law that says that you have to do. I don't know how long. They didn't explain, but was like, okay, oh wow, I learned something new. That's why I'm in Berlin. So, yeah, the same exercise, and choose maintenance, obligation, and parenting. Yeah. With maintenance and parenting or parenthood words, it came immediately to my mind or to make similarities with the animal world. Yeah, that they are, of course, maintenance and parenting. I don't know. It was the first connection. No, sorry. First, I have to explain the derivative words. For maintenance, support, food, and economy, derivative words, laws, basic needs, and ballast, because they talk in one moment that for some parents, of course, it's a big backpack, yeah? Parenting, responsibility, care, and protect. The icons, support, food, and economy, loves, basic needs, ballast. In here, for example, with I think responsibility is so difficult to show. I was not doing. Doesn't matter. So as I say, I always connecting fast. Comes to my mind. Sometimes comes fast. Sometimes I have to check really all the diagram and try to make connections. But here was like, okay, immediately the animals word. One of the most representative animal that is carrying a child on his own shoulders is the kangaroo, yeah? Then I thought that, okay, the children seems to be gone, but he still needs to be fit. So the bag is not anymore with the kid, but it's a food bag. Then I changed a little bit. I was in this direction, but yeah, I could not work so nice with this. And then I was going to birds, yeah. And I thought like, okay, birds. The mom, when he's going to give food to the kid is already like bigger or taller than the mom. Has no place in the house. But yeah, and the mom is still like giving the food. Was funny, has humor, but yeah, a little bit also. Then I changed the food with the concept of economics. I was like, okay, money, but he's not going to give a coin. He's going to give maybe a credit card. Okay, so he's feeding with a credit card, and the big kid for me was was not running so well. I feel like it's a little bit too much. So I decided to change for some small kids. Yeah, it looks more friendly and still the message is running. So this was the last illustration, and it was also animated. Wow. I will explain fast 2 more examples without diagram, like just showing the title and the final illustration. Another one for El Correo. One organ's many benefits. To be obsessed with seeking it is the easiest way to kill it. So yeah, the labyrinth for search and difficulty, and fountain to symbolize this pleasure. Yeah. And another one, urinary tract infection, most frequent causes on treatment. And here was not easy topic. But yeah, I tried to do, okay, the fireman trucks, they have a problem because at the end of the water thing is on fire, and yeah, this is kind of the infection. So basically it's to experiment, to play, to come up with a great idea. It's important also to change the perspective and freeing oneself from predetermined association of ideas. Often we go to the easy way, or this connected with this, done. No, we try to change the perspective and find new associations that makes more fun too. Then first build, then polish. Don't try to do the first sketch nice. And I mean, they are just ideas. Make a lot of ideas, then the right one you can make nicer. And at the end, just perseverance and patience. The ideas are coming in one moment, or the right idea is going to come in one moment. How is the time? Good. We have seen some examples of illustrations that communicate mostly an idea or a concept, But often I have different commissions in front of me, and requires a different type of illustration. There are more narratives. We have to communicate more narratives concepts. Yeah. For example, portraits. Yeah. Sometimes I have portraits, and I have a text, but you have to draw Pablo Picasso. Okay, good. I read the article, but what should I take from there? So what I try to do is to go deep into the character and try to find some characteristics from this character. Yeah. So I search in internet how was Pablo Picasso, expressive, intense, charismatic, and then I try to communicate in the portrait that I do. Sometimes it's running, sometimes not, I don't know. But I try that looks like this. To go deeper in the character, not just to make a picture of it. Another character, Tina Turner, so empowered, authentic, courageous, these things. Yeah, I make this aggressive and Pelé, the football player, humble, optimistic, happy, elegant. Yeah. I showed some portraits, but there are often other types of illustrations too that aim to help make more complex information more accessible and attractive. For example, historical or political articles. In this case, the visual reference, they have to be clear, and the aesthetic has to be in accordance with the tone of the article. So in these illustrations, we cannot go to a metaphorical representation, we cannot use humor, because the mission is to inform and connect I go back, and to inform and connect the reader with the story in a visually attractive and clear way. This was a Tagebuch. This is a work for Tagebuch. It's a magazine for cultural journal from Österreich, from Austria, and has numerous important intellectuals' contributions. So the articles are really deep about historical and political things. And one of the articles that I have to illustrate was Der Putzgürtel, is the geopolitical context and consequences of military coups in the Sahel region last year. Was like 10 pages, so I forgot, really deep, and you can just take some information from there and try to show in a visual way. So this was the illustration. I take some concepts. I try to use the composition, the color, and the narrative of the image to improve the reading compression. Yeah, because when you have these deep articles, in one moment you get bored. You see the picture and it's like, oh, okay, I get. This is the Sahel region, and these are the conflicts that there are there. Another example is the Never Again syndrome, how this promise can serve as an orientation for a just and peaceful coexistence in the Middle East. It's a really hard topic about the conflict in Middle East, Palestine-Israeli conflict. So how to show this? I try to make two hands in the middle, there are some borders, and then you describe kind of both parts. I try to be aseptic and to show what the article says in a neutral way, and just drawing this information that I have in the article. Not easy topic. This was really, and with many corrections and this not and this, yeah. And this is one, is the last project. Is one project that I was really enjoying because Tour de France in 2023 was starting in Basque Country, in my region of Spain, and they proposed to some illustrators to make a proposal for the official poster of the Tour de France. I'm really a fan. I'm not following so much last years, but in the past I go every summer with Tour de France and having lunch, watching the sport, and was really like for me like, oh wow, I'm doing this now. And for me this work was, as I say, really. I was really enjoying doing this, and I have to choose. I have to follow some words that I want that they are described in my illustration. Obviously, Basque Country has to show something from the Basque Country. The maillots, there are some different maillots for the winners. Then I wanted to show the effort, the epic of the Tour de France, the competition, and the victory. This was the poster. Here we cannot use metaphorical stuff neither, or humor, or simplicity neither. It's a poster, has to be viewed in 1 second, so has to be clear. It has to show this information that I saw before clear, or communicate. And this was a horizontal version of the poster. If you want to know more about me, this is my website, my Instagram, or you can ask or contact me. Feel free to text or to message. I will be happy to keep in touch with any of you. And that's all. Thank you.